the best value speed cube. It's my new main and it only costs. The MoYu RS3M version 5 dual-core UV is, spoiler alert, my new main. Previously, I've tried so many speed cubes like the GAN 13 maglev for £70 or the Tornado V3 for £33, which offers similar performance for less than half the price. It can't get better than that, right? I went on speedcubing.org ready to use discount code SpeedyGoneCuber5 and suddenly found out about the RS3M version 5 and had to check it out. Do you know what the crazy part is? This speed cube only costs £19. What? It's my new main. Why? And what's the cube inside? Is it inside some kind of robot? Inside you'll find the cube itself stored inside a funny robot box. You can move his arms and legs. It's such a unique unboxing experience. I guess MoYu was like, how can we compete with GAN's packaging? Let's come up with something fun and original. 2 MoYu logos. Oh, my Weilong doesn't have a logo and I've never used this for blindfolded. Let's just add a MoYu Weilong 1x1. I thought it was just a cube, but now I have a fun toy to fidget with and store Rubik's cubes in. It also comes with a screwdriver and an adjustment tool and instructions. The RS3M version 5 dual-core UV is 56mm, it weighs 75 grams, has corner-to-core magnets as well as standard corner-to-edge magnets, and 9 dual adjustment settings. It's got maglev instead of springs and costs £19 on speedcubing.org. UV coating. I think this is my first ever 3x3 with UV coating. Oh, this is very nice. It feels quite tactile, pretty decent speed. Out of the box, this cube felt fast and blocky, but not the best. While the cube was fairly controllable, I noticed that it couldn't corner cut 45 degrees. Although the cube wasn't yet feeling spectacular, I started with 9 seconds old and I knew it was a good idea to adjust the tensions and lubricate it before jumping straight to conclusions. Take the sensor cap off. Adjusting this puzzle is extremely easy. You just have to use a small adjustment tool, turning it anti-clockwise. There are 9 options for how loose or tight you want it to be. Let's see how tight this cube can become.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Turning on the tighter setting just feels way too tight. You know what, let's adjust everything back to the default setting. It might be a little bit too fast, so I'm not sure whether I'll move each one 1 click or 2 clicks. Choosing your favorite setting is a personal preference. I'd recommend first trying out setting 1, then setting 9, and you can go somewhere in the middle depending on which setting suits your turning style the best. I think I'm going to move each one 2 clicks and we'll see how it feels. 1, 2. For example, I decided to set mine to setting 3. Unfortunately, you can't adjust the magnet strength, but seriously, the current magnet strength is already very good, especially if you buy the dual-core edition. I honestly think that even if I had the option to adjust the magnets, I would probably just keep them how they are, as I love how controllable and satisfying tactile feeling that you get from the strong magnets. I wouldn't call this a disadvantage, and I gotta say how much I love its dual adjustment system. It's great. One of my favorite lubes at the moment is Hiska, which is designed to make the cube a lot faster and smoother at the same time. And by adding in a couple drops, amazing performance. Overall, this cube feels amazing at the moment, and I cannot wait to do more and more solves on it. I've switched mains. After doing lots of solves, I've been averaging between 8 to 9 seconds on it, which is almost better than what I get on the GAN 13 and Tornado V3. The RS3M version 5 is very stable and tactile. This is due to how the pieces have been designed and strong magnets. Although the corner cutting isn't great, in some ways I think this might actually be an advantage. Maybe MoYu decided to sacrifice on the corner cutting so that they could focus more on its stability, which might explain why the cube feels so tactile. As a result, it's tremendously satisfying to turn. Whenever I pick up this cube, I can't stop solving on it. So satisfying and enjoyable to solve on. It's super fast and stable. It's definitely my new main 3x3 and maybe will be yours too. It's also amazing for one-handed solving, so you really can't go wrong with the RS3M version 5, especially with how affordable it is. The truth is, when finding a good speed cube, you don't need to spend a ridiculous amount of money. For £19, I think this is better than the Tornado V3 and better than the GAN 13. I'm also aware that there's a Weilong V9 and so many other cubes that have been released by MoYu, so let me know if you'd be interested in me checking out those at some point. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can buy this cube. Thank you so much again to Daniel at speedcubing.org for kindly sending me this puzzle for free to review. For any speed cube you buy in their store, don't forget to use the discount code SpeedyGoneCuber5 for 5% off. If you think the RS3M version 5 is the best value speed cube, have you also checked out the Super RS3M? Click here to find out why it's an awesome budget cube.